Yo guys, how's it going? It's me, Arctic. Today's video, we're going to be going over the Elemental Mastery build for Kazuha. Now this one is the just support route. Basically what you're doing is you're using a second passive right here to get your teammates an extra 0.3% of his elemental damage bonus based on his Elemental Mastery. And you're trying to basically do this and use him as a damage boosting increase for your main DPS. Made a spreadsheet for the amount of Elemental Mastery you can get on your Kazuha and how that's practically applied. I also did a just basic Kazuha actually viable like as a DPS build right here with some average Elemental Mastery. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to start out with Sucrose and see exactly how much we can get from a Sucrose. Now from this post over here on Reddit in the r/Sucrose subreddit, basically Sucrose Max EM. So what you're going to do with this is you're trying to shoot for the maximum amount of EM, and that is with an R5 Woodsith. You get 480 from its passive, and that's just based on luck. So the maximum you can get is 311. So I will be using these stats from this page right here to actually find out how much we can get for our Kazuha. From Sucrose, with the different builds that you can have, I also put an average build at 800 EM. 800 EM is relatively easy to get with the proper weapons like Sacrificial Fragments. And from those you can get 313 Elemental Mastery, 261 Elemental Mastery, or 160 Elemental Mastery. So those will factor in later when we're calculating up how much Kazuha actually gets. Now for Sucrose, you're going to want to run 2-piece Instructors and 2-piece Wanderers. So for the Instructor set, you want to put that on the Flower and the Feather, because those can be 4 stars. Because you want to have your other artifacts, the Wanderer set, and those to be Elemental Mastery main stats on them. So basically you're turning your hat, your cup, and your timepiece into Elemental Mastery to get this maximum amount of Elemental Mastery you possibly can get. Now getting into Kazuha and his build, basically. So Kazuha at level 90 has 115 Elemental Mastery from his Ascension. You've got 3 weapons that actually have Elemental Mastery on him for the basically Elemental Mastery build we're going for. So that being a Freedom Sword, which is a 5-star sword that is going to be coming out later. Iron Sting, which is a 4-star craftable sword that is in the crafting station. Now this one is probably going to be the easiest and best weapon for the maximum EM build. Now we also have the Alley Flash, which is a more damage oriented one, but it does have Elemental Mastery as a substat. If you guys want a full guide to Kazuha's weapons, I have already done a video like that, so that will be in the description or in the cards linked above. For your Kazuha artifact sets, it's going to be the same as with Sucrose. You're wanting 2-piece Instructor, 2-piece Wanderers, and you want the Flower and the Feather to be the Instructor set. For the hat, timepiece, and cup, you get 187 Elemental Mastery from those. You're going to shoot for about 150 Elemental Mastery from the substats on your Flower and on your Feather. So basically that's going to put our total Elemental Mastery at 871 from our artifacts. And so that's a pretty decent chunk right there. Now we're going to calculate him with weapons and also his Ascension stats. You're going to get 1,184 Elemental Mastery, which is a large amount. With Iron Sting, you're going to get 1,151, so not that much less. So with Alley Flash, you're going to get 1,041. Those with Sucrose's boost right here. So this is basically a spreadsheet of all the Sucrose boosts based on this. So the highest you can possibly get with this is going to be the Freedom Sworn with the Woodsith Sucrose at 1,497 Elemental Mastery. So that's almost 1,500 Elemental Mastery, actually. And the lowest you're going to get from going the EM build is going to be 1,200 Elemental Mastery if you're using Sucrose to boost your Kazuha's Elemental Mastery. And now Kazuha from his Elemental Damage boost gets 0.3% of Elemental Mastery. So the most you can possibly get from Kazuha in terms of a support with this Elemental Mastery build running Sucrose as a support, you're going to be able to get 45% with the Freedom Sword and Woodsith Sucrose. At 45%, and the lowest you're going to get is going to be 36%. So really it's not that much of a difference in terms of damage that you're actually getting, so just go for as much Elemental Mastery as you can get, but not too much that you lose out on your damage overall. If you're shooting for overall damage and just a little bit of a support kind of passive boost to your team, I would recommend going with the Kazuha kind of normal build, which is going to be using an anemo cup, a crit stat hat, probably crit rate, an attack timepiece, so basically you're getting your attack from that. You can still go with Iron Sting because you're shooting for enough Elemental Mastery. And so with Iron Sting and Kazuha's EM, you're going to get 510 Elemental Mastery right there. This is Sucrose, he's going to have 823 Elemental Mastery. With Sacrificial Fragments Sucrose, he's going to have 771. And with average Sucrose, you're going to have like 670 Elemental Mastery, which roughly translates to about 25% elemental damage bonus, 21% elemental damage bonus, or 20% elemental damage bonus. And really the main advantage that you're going for with this is that you can actually build Kazuha for a bit more damage. And so I've done some damage calculations right here. So at level 90 with a level 90 Iron Sting, he's going to have 807 from that. Even with roughly about 66% attack, he's still going to get around 1,650 attack right there. His skill multiplier, this is from his plunge damage, which after you use his E, he's going to get into the air and you can plunge from that. You're going to get to about 142 crit damage if you get a bit of crit damage substats. And you're going to have 62 elemental damage right there. And so roughly, without any damage boosts, that translates to about 1,000 damage if you hit a crit on his plunge attack, and this is at level 8 talents. Also, since you have an elemental damage bonus from his passive when you're triggering swirl reactions, you're going to get 20% damage also from just the basic Iron Sting build. So overall, it's not too crazy, but it is a damage boost. But if you guys liked the video, remember to subscribe. I just recently hit 1,000 subscribers, so that really was nice. I'm going to be doing more content here in the future. And yeah, so anyway, it's been me, Arctic. I will see you all next time. Farewell.